We're back again with episode 8. Continuing the story, should be at the Gathering of the Storms. Audio seems fine. Let's hope everything goes well. Let's get it started. Move some stuff around. Shit. Bad on the noise. Alright. Gathering of the Storm. Speak to Odo.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled. Bones were somewhere in the middle of it all. Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since East, they've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the port. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was...
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
A couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto.
If you need volunteers, just say the word. I'm a dab hand when it comes to the old fisticuffs.
Of course.
And how may I assist you today? Allow me to educate you.
King of Vivian, hideaway map. Clive can view the state of the realm, learn more about the current Valistia.
I have the details here.
What does that mean? Yes, this is the mom, brother. Well,
Study it well, Clive.
no
The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Yeah, let's get with this main story.
Does that one have blood on it?
Oh,
Is
these
it
shards
business
still alive.
or pleasure? Go on, then.
Slowly restores all HP. 9,000. How about that?
Finished, are you?
Clive. What's that for you, dear? No scratches, right?
Can't reinforce those though.
That it? Fine.
So what am I saying?
Have we any more knuckle pie? What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Look sharp!
It's over.
Look. Up ahead. Martha. Are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn...
The Black Shields.
The bastards caught wind. The Abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose, poor souls turned on the Imperials. distracted them long enough from...
Then... they may. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shield. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire. Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offence.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long. Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive. The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
Damn, some pretty crazy shit.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited
Yeah, there's too
them
much
and
work
chose
going
to
on
meet it
outside
on
my
their terms,
windows. I'm
fighting
just
for
gonna go
those
on
who
mute.
fought for them.
Mess up the
Martha said
background
they rose
noise.
from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
My first bounty. Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and ferocious. Most, while flight is always an option, beating search marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials.
You think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball. Nice try.
of there. What? Oh. Damn. That was one shot.
Try not to move. Make it worse.
I know. Definitely beat him.
They've killed my parent.
They called themselves our...
Look sharp!
You found her.
Thank you.
Let me build up some limit break first.
Us or them.
no. Back up. Oh, shit, I'm dead. Oh, my first notorious monster slain. Let's go.
You didn't see that coming.
Oh, he did not.
That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you, but it should have been me. This was all...
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bear. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why my mother obviously has a hand in this.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, if those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people... Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you... He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn...
What in the world is going on?
Where's Gav?
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Alright, so I guess I finally got the hunt board.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Still can't talk to people. Oh. Everything's actually blocked off. Wait, can I go on the hunt board now since everything is blocked off?
I hear there's trouble
Who's as ragged as...
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on, Dara? Herald of the Thunder. Go ahead. I appreciate it, man. No problem.
So Martha's all right.
That's why I'm so lucky, though.
Did you get Final Fantasy 16 though? You still there?
The hunt board. It's just because they can't be dealt. Right. The people of Alastia are going through a lot already. But with the Blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, should I split my guys? Yeah. Oh, for sure. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, how you liking it so far? Like I said, I'm just doing this thing with like episodes, so kind of going a little slow. Hold up. Location Clearview, Sangreek. Oh, it doesn't even tell you. Oh boy, the English dialogue sounds horrible. Oh, oh, you playing in Japanese? Yeah, okay, I hear you. I understand it. Look, I didn't even try the Japanese, so I'm just gonna keep it in English. Guess I'm okay with it.
Here for another of my lectures? Then I bid you good day. Ah, my favorite pupil. Allow me to educate you.
There's definitely a lot of small
Thus
stuff,
ends
like, I don't know, it
today's
seems
lesson.
meaningless, like that. Vivian.
Oh, Clive. Welcome.
The patron, does that mean...
Oh, no. That's still me. It's just, I still catalogue Is everything we've received and everything promised.
Complete cycles will earn Clive. Oh, that's where you spend the renown. More donations will become available upon achieving renown 100. Shit, you have to spell ability points too.
Here you are.
What does this even mean?
I gave you that one, didn't I? Come again. I may have more for you.
How are you doing? Quick look. Think you can help?
Yeah, shoot. Let's see if I could find a hunt. I think I'll do that on the side. I say I'm just trying to at least get through the main story while streaming. Like for the arcade mode and all that, I do it like offline. Kind of do it on my Twitch too. That's anime for me. Yeah, I know you into your anime. Yeah. Like I said, Naruto English, I can't deal with it. I prefer it subbed. So I definitely understand
Do you
it.
think it was wise to leave, Gav?
But I think, I don't know, Final Fantasy's not too bad. I don't find the English too bad though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Coop could take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
Like I said, there's been worse.
Wasn't it Sid who said that matters such
Not
as
too
these are
cringy.
best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines. Alright.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south? As we did at Martha's Rest?
Say one thing, his mom's a bitch. Oh
Which is
man.
why we should hurry. There are
Good
still many
lord.
settlements between here
That
and
was
Rjordie's
evil.
Alder. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Make it look easy.
I still can't get my magic burst down though. The timing for it is just off.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would...
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might... 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely...
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Increase limit break regeneration amount by 6%. Taking damage. Ooh, pretty.
Much obliged. You won't be disappointed. Much obliged.
Excuse me.
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants Empire.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What were there? 100 full legions? 100? I heard it were 1,000.
Fine.
We're going hunting for outlaws.
Am I missing something? What?
How'd you like that, boy?
Speak with several of the villagers.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
Two more left to join the garrison. You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be arbor. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and you are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way.
Whoosh. They said they did not want our help.
With a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are. But other than Martha, who else in Rjordie would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
Oops, went the wrong way. Oh, no, not.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
So yeah, I just got Ramu. I didn't really test how his skills work like that. I know the first one, that pile driver, is a AoE. Thunderstorm seems like a range attack. Let's go a little detour.
More of my mother's men.
There's gotta be some motive. I thought he was dead. What's this supposed to be?
blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria. Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Your friends have been found. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
They weren't joking when they say this one's a little brutal. Good lord. They're like all dead. Now that's a crazy sight.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith. They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh,
Fuck off! And the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the...
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought... Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black... shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Hold up. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab me something to drink.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
What is it you require? May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
I got me sideways.
Come along now. The bastards are looking at it.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come, die along with your... For us area!
For us area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
The Imperials are taking new chances. I can't
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land
is in dire need of cleansing.
We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan what?
It did. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud!
Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still... For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our heart, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard...
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the Mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Just gonna give me a chocobo so I can ride around.
I don't want my men attacking you again.
Yeah, later.
Unless you desert. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know.
Some more cutscenes.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
Okay, that's funny.
Tis I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Damn.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but The woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins.
Yeah, that kiss
Only
is coming
then,
sooner or
when
later.
it's done,
That's for sure.
will the monster cease to be.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be now, though.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others. Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
Back again, Lord Rosfield.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds.
from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drek's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
And how may I assist you today?
How may I help you today?
Here's the latest information I have. Thus ends today's lesson.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Planet?
There are new billets being posted every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't him, and if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but something's getting him down. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects...
Fine. If he...
Knew you'd...
But if he doesn't...
All right, now, wait a bit, then head over...
It will be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill, you weren't talking about destroying Drek's...
No. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. And I know that I can do it.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. All while Sid looks on.
Will me.
Alright, shoot, I think I'm gonna stop it here for today. Yeah, we're like 2 hours in. Yeah, gone pretty deep. I think I'm just gonna explore a little bit Ramu, do some side quests, and maybe try out the arcade. But yeah, for my YouTube spot, like I said, I'm just gonna do the main story on my YouTube. And I'll continue like side quests and stuff on my Twitch. So definitely check my profile stuff for my Twitch link catch the rest of this one over there. And thanks for sticking around.